Oh, okay, there we go. My bad. I've been told this nigga to unmute your shit.
Why the fuck would I unmute my shit?
Nigga, stop fucking arguing with me. Yes.
I know he's stupid as fuck. He don't know what he's doing. Cause you gonna get double audio if I unmute, dumbass.
Look. You chose to mute yourself, you dumbass nigga.
No, yeah, it's fine.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, they know how to do this shit.
know.
I'm not technically fit.
You fucking stupid.
I'm smarter than your dumb
You're
ass.
not smarter than me.
I'm way smarter than
You're
you.
not. Knock that all
Like
the way off.
that's
Knock
okay.
that all the way
So
off.
we'll go into it because
Nah, knock that off. We not about to go into
do a skit of like them two Muppet niggas, like the old niggas, but like the hood, like y'all have like I'm dedicated to that happening. I'm here to film it. Like try to.
I'm with it if you with
I
it.
edit the fuck out of that shit. That is fucking funny.
Straight Instagram reels and shit.
I'm not being on video with this nigga. It's a bad look for me.
Oh, fuck out of here. Nigga, I made you halfway
It's a bad-
famous.
it's a bad
live in the moment.
It's
on
a,
video.
so it's a bad. I know it's still adjusting.
I made this man who he is. He wouldn't even be short so if it wasn't for me. Don't ever forget it, nigga.
Short,
Get it
nigga,
fucked
get
up.
the fuck out of here. You feel like you really try to make niggas. That's what's.
I made
You
you.
didn't make shit. I made you. I made everything
made
about
you,
you.
nigga.
I made it cool for you.
That's
to be
one.
You.
That's one thing. When I give a
Knock
nickname,
that
that
shit
shit
off.
stick.
It
nigga.
don't stick. Don't nobody call me fucking short. So
Clearly, the world does.
clearly the world does not. And you try to push it so hard, but it's not. No, it doesn't work out that way.
Yeah.
Stop trying to take credit for shit you don't got going.
Look. You was talking about smartness because I'm definitely smarter than you.
Knock that shit off. I ain't about to argue with you this episode.
Well, nah, we was having a conversation before we got on because we can just kick it off. We're going to random thoughts and all of that shit later. But TJ was just making a good point where he was talking about a conversation he had, and we got to speaking about the different levels of smartness because there's levels to this smart shit. Like, I don't think you're like dumb as fuck. Like, you're not a dumb person.
I think I'm clearly smarter than you, but I'm not about to go into all that.
Yeah, and okay, you're not a dumb person, and I'm not a dumb person. But there's people that are like plenty smarter than us, and there's people that are plenty dumber than us. And there's people that are different types of smarter than us too. Like, we're not fucking neuroscientists smart. You get me?
One of us could be, but
You neuroscientist smart?
could be, but I don't apply myself.
Exactly. If either of us could be a neuroscientist, it'd definitely be me.
No.
TJ, if me or Shorts could be a neuroscientist, who would you bet your money on? Somebody put a gun into your head and said, pick one of them niggas. You got to pick. You can't say neither.
I wouldn't say neither. I would say both because I just feel like to a certain degree.
You can't say both either. You got to pick one of us.
I've never seen either one of you like.
Who would be more likely if you had to pick one of us to learn brain surgery and then be your brain surgeon and you could only pick one of us? Who would you run with?
Why are you trying to coerce this man into an answer that you want to hear?
I would just flip a coin. So I'll just say because it don't matter. It'd be like Shorts or you, like Shorts.
Stop trying to act,
but not as like a thing against. Like I'm gonna explain. It's not as a thing against you. I look at it to a degree of like.
See what he's trying to do is he's trying to finesse the question so you.
I'm not trying. I'm not trying to finesse the question. I'm trying to give him a clear scenario where he has no choice but to pick either one of us.
Because like to me, it's like a conversation between like what's that shit like knowledge and intelligence. Like to a certain degree, like neuroscience, you might read a lot of shit on neuroscience, so then you're able to know a lot about it. But if I put you in a scenario outside of that, where that requires you to be an intelligent human being, like
so, break that down. What's the difference between knowledge and intelligence?
It's almost kind of the conversation between like experience and like book smarts. Like you might be like, okay, we're called me and DC are called like the podcast therapist or whatever. But most of whatever people, and this is not, I believe in myself, but like this is. When people say I'm good or whatever, I learned whatever I know. Majority of that is like life experience and engaging with people as opposed to reading theories from, sexual wellness chapter 47. Like that's cool and it makes sense and it allows me to say things in a more eloquent manner. But my ability to understand and tap into people is from experience. And that's able to like apply knowledge of just working your brain a lot. Like I like to read a bunch of shit I don't know. And I might read some shit 5 times over the course of X amount of years.
And now you just know a bunch of random shit about a bunch of random shit.
But not just random shit. It's how my brain has grown. Like I might have read something at 19 and I got it. I know all the information, but I don't understand it. And then I read it again at like 27. I'm like, oh, that's what this meant. But I needed that time of like experience to understand it.
I get that.
Yeah, it kind of gets into shit like wisdom and all that shit. Like that's not something that we like quantify necessarily. Like how they say EQ is more important than IQ sometimes, or all the time actually.
And EQ is emotional intelligence. Okay, so smart. The Merriam-Webster dictionary definition, because you know we always got to come with the dictionary definition. The definition of smart.
Setup for a dick.
The definition of smart: having or showing a high degree of mental ability, intelligent or bright. So to be smart just means you show a high degree of mental ability. So I think anybody can be considered smart. Like how they be like, oh, nobody's dumb. By that definition, I guess that statement is true. Like anybody can show a high degree of mental ability at something.
That's 100% fact. There's somebody right now running through Kabul and has never known anything about, cell phones, or them niggas know AK-47s and fucking desert tactics.
Hey, shout out to Kabul.
Right? You drop that nigga in the middle of fucking...
I'm like, what the fuck is Kabul? Hold on, but I have to think about it because you know how they be saying Kabul.
You drop him in fucking Silicon
or
Valley,
Kuwait.
He sucks. He's a complete piece of shit. Like, you don't shoot guns here. We're making iPhones. You take that same iPhone nigga and drop him in the middle of Afghanistan. Bitch, pick up the gun, pussy, and the grenades. I don't give a fuck about
I don't know what to do. How do I order an Uber the fuck up out of here? Touche. So yeah, everybody can be smart at something. So levels of intelligence. What would y'all say like some levels of smartness are? Because I always say, I remember a person told me a long time ago, like, it's 3 different types of smart. And a person that has a combination of all 3 is really the best person. That's the most like multifaceted type of person. And they say there's book smarts, there's street smarts, and there's common sense. Because everybody, like anybody can go, and I guess that would be your comparison to what you were saying just about knowledge and experience. Like everybody can go out in the world and learn certain things, or pick up a book and learn certain things from a book. But if you never been in a situation to actually like go through things or have to apply it, it really don't mean nothing. It's just something that you know in your head. You ain't even had no proof if you know this shit or not. You never have to put it to work. So with book smarts, I feel like book smarts is, of course, it's valuable because that's the ability to take in and learn new information and everything like that. But you also have to be able to combine it with other things like that too. And then street smarts, like sometimes you need it, sometimes you don't. Like street smarts is let's take like all gangster shit out of it. Let's take all the gangster shit away from it, right?
I would say you damn near always need that. There's always an application, I feel like.
Yeah, like street smarts is what'll help you not get scammed in the world or some shit like that.
Like there was some.
Not really.
Nah, a little bit of street smarts could help you not be scammed.
Common sense. There's a level of common sense that I go into.
There's a level of common sense too, but common sense is really
there's scams where that people fall for every day. There's like motherfuckers send you emails and shit. You tap on a random email, now the motherfucker got access to your fucking computer and shit.
He the dumbass nigga that fall for that shit.
Get the fuck out of here. Like shit like that. Like it's people like it's
common sense and street smarts, 2 completely different things, because I sometimes apply them.
I definitely feel like common sense and street smarts are 2 different things, because the one thing that I've learned in life is common sense is not common. Like common sense ain't common at all.
What I'm saying is you don't need to be street smart to know when a motherfucker call you like, oh yeah, we're your bank. We just want to check if your account's okay. What's your social? You don't need street smarts for that. That's common.
I said in some situations, but that was just an example. But yeah, that's true. That's common sense.
Like, this street smarts only works to a certain degree before it starts interfering with your regular intelligence, because there's a part of street smarts falls into survival. People use survival skills for different shit. Now, if you pick up a survival skill that happens to be useful in other situations, and that's good, but there's situations where you have street smarts or survival skills that only work in certain elements in certain environments. You can't take that environment, that skill, and use it
and apply it to
else.
other situations. I definitely agree with that.
That's just like me. That's like why
that's where street smarts has its limits, though. That's where you need book smarts and common sense.
Yeah, I'm saying street smarts will only take you. Well, they're only useful when you're in those situations where you feel like your back is against the wall or you're in survival mode.
It's a survival tactic.
Basically, like I said, it's just like niggas. A common one is basically you don't never stand with your back to the streets.
Oh yeah,
Like you won't apply that in Silicon Valley.
It's
Like you wouldn't, like, that's not one that you would necessarily use there.
So I want to pause right there. I have my afterthought. We'll come back to this umbrella topic, but I have my afterthought because you guys weren't with us last week, and it was something that we touched on in the middle of our conversation. And basically we were speaking about the fuck were we talking about? We were talking about my hair, and basically at this point, I really don't care how people perceive me. We was talking about me wearing so much jewelry, and my auntie always telling me that somebody's gonna rob me, and basically I'm asking to get robbed. And there was this whole thing about that. I compared somebody, quote unquote, asking to get robbed to somebody asking to be sexually assaulted. Like, I feel like those are comparisons. But what I said was that I wonder if my attitude about just how I really don't give a fuck how people perceive me. I don't give a fuck, like, because what I feel like people, number one, are going to look at me and perceive me however they choose to. And number two, I feel like, honestly, whatever the fuck anybody's gonna do to me, they're gonna do that shit to me regardless. Like, me looking a certain way or like dressing a certain way, like, that's not gonna stop nobody from trying to do nothing they want to fucking do to me. And the question I ask is, do y'all feel like that's a trauma response? Or is that just a natural, like, is that a natural feeling to have?
It can be one or the other, depending on, like,
It's both.
yeah.
Here's why I say that it's both. For somebody that grows up in the hood, they've learned from their natural environment, right? Certain instincts have been conditioned into them.
Yes.
So to them, it's just natural reaction. It's second nature. But that's not how they are naturally. That's a response to the trauma that they've grown up in. The streets, quote unquote, I've lived in this environment so long that I understand it well enough to where I do things second nature. So both are affected at the same time. But there's also a spectrum, because I could have one trauma response that is a natural thing to me, and I can have another trauma response that's a natural thing to me. So it's circumstantial, and it's on an individual case basis.
Okay. The reason I asked that is because I believe he said he kind of been having that same feeling in a way. So y'all know of our recent trauma experiences. So yeah, that just kind of got me curious that he kind of felt that same way that I'm feeling, like, where it's just like, not that I don't give a fuck, but I really don't give a fuck how nobody see me at this point. Like, if you gonna try me, you gonna try me. Like,
But that's a natural trauma response for us in our community anyway, where we become so used to certain circumstances that we become numb to it and we almost welcome it. We stop utilizing our ability to discern because we just feel like it's going to happen to me anyway, so I'm not going to fear it. I'm just going to do whatever I got to do, and it's going to come when it's going to come.
that's how I feel. That's definitely how I feel. Like, if I'm just keeping it 1,000, if I'm keeping it G, that's definitely how I feel. Like,
It's a numbness. It's a
well, I'm not gonna say I
disassociation.
feel like I just feel like it's coming, but I feel like it's just a constant possibility of some.
Which it doesn't have to be that way, but you've been conditioned to think that it's inevitable, so you accept it. And your way of preparing for it is to disassociate or detach from it. I'm just gonna wait my time.
No, I
Until
be
my
trying to
time
avoid
comes.
this shit.
I'm trying to avoid it.
I mean, I prepare for it, but I try to avoid it, I
Right.
guess.
In your way, you're trying to avoid it, but you're also like, if it happened, it happened. We do that a lot. We detach and dissociate from our circumstances, not realize. It's almost like you're thinking as if I don't have a choice. Like, I'm trying to avoid it, but I'm not really trying to avoid it, because things that I could actually change to avoid it, I'm not going to change. So
No,
I'm
I
accepting it.
am. I am changing the things that I need to change.
I'm not saying
Oh,
you're
no.
not. I'm just speaking generally.
Oh,
Now,
generally,
it may
yeah.
be applicable to you. I don't know. That's up to you to discern whether or not you really are changing, or if you just talking the talk.
Oh, I get you. I got you.
a lot of us will talk to talk like, yeah, man, I'm actively trying to change. Yeah, baby, I swear I'm trying to change. I'm a new nigga now. Like it ain't nothing the same. Yeah, all right.
That goes into people doing like people say they're changing and it'll be all external changes. I moved out my place. I got a new car. I shaved my face. I washed my ass more.
Right.
It's like, but you really didn't discuss with
You still the
yourself,
same
like, the
nigga,
fact
though.
that your daddy didn't hug you enough for some
Right.
shit, or
It's common, like say with women. Women like, I needed a change, so I cut my hair. You didn't.
That shit fucking kills me.
You didn't address nothing that had to do
Hold
with your
on.
actual
That
issue.
just triggered the fuck out of me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That shit fucking kills my soul, man.
That's the same concept.
That's like,
Just
that's when I know they done with me. When they cut my hair, well, I mean, when they cut their hair, every girl like that I've ever broken up with or that like we've ever had to break up, they always cut their hair. And that's because like while we together, I always like, you can do whatever the fuck you want, but I let it be known. I really don't care for girls with like short hair like that. So it's just like, I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your shit. I'm not gonna sit up and pretend like I like it. Like if you get a cute little cut, I'll be like, oh, that's cool. But like, damn, why you cut your hair? Like you should let that shit grow. Nah, I like long ass grab. I'm a hair puller, my nigga. So I like hair to grab.
Oh yeah, I just like whatever looks good. I don't give a fuck.
Nah, I like what look good, but I'm a hair puller, so I like hair to grab. Like I mean, like I'm a throat grabber too, but like you ain't never grabbed the top of the head and like the bottom of the head.
It ain't there. I'm mutable. Like whatever you give me, I'm gonna work with. Yep. Just
I
like
can
that.
take my arm underneath your arm and wrap it around your neck.
This nigga said he gonna put the bitch in full Nelson.
Hey, you ever done that before?
Yeah, low key. That should be that shit. That shit fire.
Backland crossface chicken wing.
Oh man, y'all made me forget what we was talking about putting bitches in full Nelson.
We was talking about women cutting their hair. Which
Oh, yeah,
really
so,
isn't addressing their
Yeah,
traumas,
when
it's
women
just
cut their hair, I just be like, damn, she really cut her shit. She done. Every time they get that short haircut, that's when I know it's a wrap.
That's an external signal. That doesn't mean shit. Cause she could say she's done because I cut my hair, but your behaviors are the same because you're not addressing you.
There's a nigga who sees her losing. He go, I got this. Now she
Yeah.
in the pocket over me. Like that's a signal. Like
Oh, I guess so. She cut her hair.
got her losing and shit. I got her. Man.
I don't know why that's gonna be the name of this episode, but that's gonna be the name of this episode. Old hoes say my guts, hope them bitches drown.
That is an underrated term that people don't use. Bald-headed ninny muggins.
Bald-headed.
Hold on, teach me something. I don't know what the fuck is an innie mugging because that sounds like a what is that shit that they used to that the white people used to call black kids?
Oh, you thinking about a pickaninny?
Yeah, that sounds like a pickaninny. What the fuck is an innie muffin?
Have you ever seen the movie Elf?
I think so.
Where fucking what's his name? Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
He thinks he's an elf his whole life.
You see
but
that
really
ring?
just a regular ass human being.
Yeah, he a regular nigga and he think he's special like shorts.
That was his way of cursing.
This motherfucker hard.
He say bald-headed ninny muggins, but it ain't a real curse word. He just did not curse.
So what the fuck were we talking about?
We were talking about the levels to this smart shit. That was my afterthought though, because I
switched to like 3, 4, 5 different things.
Get it off your chest.
I just
You
gave
hot.
up.
You get spicy.
nah, that was my afterthought for the
He
week.
frustrated.
I said we was gonna go back to that.
It's cooked. Nigga.
I was gonna let him
know.
just marinate until he
I
got
was
to a
like,
point
I was
where
just
he
waiting to wear because I was like, this nigga is it's.
No, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Look, yeah, nah,
I want the anime shit where they draw like all the dark, like the nigga just like there it is. Like,
I just saw it.
I'm telling you, I'm just here. I'm just here.
we'll talk later. But yeah, nah, we was talking about the levels to this smart shit because I'm smarter than your dumb
That's
ass.
not what we were talking about, but continue.
That was his thought of the day.
Yeah, that was my afterthought. Do you have any afterthoughts or random thoughts before we go back to our umbrella topic, dumbass nigga?
Well, first of all, he said he wanted to skip all that shit. So you fucking.
I said we can talk about that
So
later.
you're fucking up the show flow. But anyway, what bothered me today, and I was doing a little reading. For some reason, I've seen some shit on Twitter. Of course, I've seen some shit on Twitter, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, you can still legally marry your kids off in different states.
Like arranged marriage type shit?
Not arranged marriage, but the kids can get married at the age between 12 and 16 if the kids say it's okay.
Oh, like if the parents give consent.
That type of shit. So I'll just look this.
Ain't that what R. Kelly did?
I don't know. Nah, he ain't married them bitches.
Ain't that what R. Kelly did with Aaliyah? Like, all jokes aside, I'm not even trying to be funny on this shit.
I'm not gonna lie, I was getting my phone.
Okay, so what he was saying, his random thought was that he was on Twitter and he realized that there's certain states where parents can still give consent for their minors to, like, they can marry off their kids between the ages of 12 and 16.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it and I'm like, ain't that what R. Kelly did with Aaliyah? And I'm not even trying to be funny.
No, they lied about the paperwork.
No, I thought that they said that the parents actually gave permission and signed the paperwork and then reneged on it later and was saying that they didn't.
Right. So they know that there was paperwork necessary, but they ended up not having the consent that they thought that they did, and they kind of lied about the situation. Just to kind of keep, and that's what made them keep it more so under wraps, because the parents were like, "No, we ain't say none of that. What you talking about?"
Sheesh.
But that should trip me out. I think in California there is no age requirement as long as the parents say it's okay and they go through the courts and the courts find
So you
out.
could go marry a 14-year-old if the fucking parents said it was
That's
cool.
what you're gonna do, but
No, that's what you could do.
nigga, right? You don't want to talk about, I'm gonna give me two
There's some
18-year-olds.
different
Nah, nigga, I
cultures
said
and
two
families out here,
22-year-olds,
bro.
and I've
Definitely
been said I'm over that idea of two 22-year-olds.
Okay, so
I wouldn't want to fuck with a 22-year-old now.
Okay, you're very fond of young women. We know that. We get that.
What?
We understand.
Where does that come from?
That
Look,
comes
this
from
nigga
you.
stopped the $40 juice shit and come with a whole nother bullshit joke.
Look, I still got the
That shit is
$40 juice.
degrading.
Yeah, like he just disrespectful.
Too
Like I
bad.
keep telling you, stop playing with me, man.
Look, you stop playing with them kids.
Hey, I got my random thought for the week. I remember what it was now.
Quickly change the subject. We'll go ahead.
But if you want to go ahead, you can go ahead. Do you have anything else to add to that?
Yes, I do.
Continue then.
My point was bringing this shit up. I'm like, well, damn. Like that's like certain states, because it's not a clear cut federal law for that shit. It's different in each state, and it's not even something like
Age consent.
exactly. So it's like I'm just tripping out because Utah don't give a fuck. That's why Carl Malone did the shit he did. They don't give a fuck. 15, you good to go as long as the parents say okay. And then what I seen on Twitter was fucking North Carolina was going to raise their legal limit to 16.
The citizens start tripping.
No, not even that. I'm just like, just think about it. They said raise the shit to 16.
It's
Oh shit.
I know, and then I'm just like, and I knew it was the South, but I'm just like, I'm just taken aback by like, nigga, it's 2021, and
Y'all gotta raise the age of consent. What's the age of consent in California? I know it's 18, but I'm talking about like
the age of consent without parents is 18. With parents, there is no age of consent.
There is no age of consent. So in California, like you can marry off a 5-year-old as long as the parents say it's cool.
No, the parents have to say it's cool. They have to go through the courts. So it's a little bit of a process, but you do have to go through the court of law.
I was gonna say, what the see, that's why I'm glad we got video now, because now y'all can see my face when I ask questions like that, like because that shit just tripped me.
But how I'm saying that shit tripped me out. I'm like, surely California has some type of
Yeah, I figure if anybody got some type of defense for some shit like that, it's good old California.
It's like hell no.
Great state of Cali.
But like I said, it goes to the court of law, and my first mind, I'm like, damn, like the court, like anything can be proven right or wrong in court. So if you provide enough evidence for this to get passed, then it will get passed.
I mean, how would you go about in court proving that this is right? Like, I need to be able to marry a 14-year-old.
Nigga, I don't. I mean, I guess I'm hoping that law isn't for old niggas, but it's probably for something like I said. It probably was for like a 17-year-old and a 15-year-old. I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm thinking.
Because then that would be written into it. It would be like it would literally be written that way.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's about the age of consent. It's just about the age of consent for a minor. It's not about male or female. It's not about if they were fucking with a 40-year-old or an 18-year-old. Like
it's different. It's different for male and female. The male, because they said the female
socially or legally.
Legally, the female can't marry in certain states. She can't marry 3 years older than the age limit is 3 years older than what she is. So she can't do anything older than 3 years. In some states, she can't marry anybody older than 4 years. And so this is different states. So I'm looking and reading through this shit.
I don't know. Like, maybe it's the Californian in me, but I ain't never wanted the idea. Like even when I was 18, I wasn't trying to fuck with no 16 and 15 and 14-year-old.
I mean, like I said, I get it because there's 16-year-olds are fucking. So one of the things,
yeah, when I was a 16-year-old, I was fucking 16-year-olds.
but one of the things that
I was a 16-year-old fucking 16-year-olds.
But exactly, but your parents can be like, okay, yeah, y'all niggas can get married. Like if you were like, oh, I love
and I
her.
would have been like, nah.
No,
I probably would have married my mother. Nah.
I'm not saying you, motherfucker. I'm just saying 2 16-year-olds who were fucking, and the 16-year-old girl got pregnant. The parents could force them to I wouldn't say force, but if they were like, oh, we love each other and we want to get married, and the parents were like, okay, fuck it, that could happen. I don't now. I don't know. I'm saying like I don't know about the age limit going up, but it is a certain age limit for women or little girls like that can't marry too high above her age. Because of course we all know women that were like 16, 17, 15, shit fucking with older niggas. But that's where I'm thinking like that's why I'm putting like the whole picture together. Like this shit is all the way fucked up. Like dude, the fucking legally it's fucked up, morally it's fucked up. But then you see laws and rules and shit like that where it's just like, yeah, it's cool if the parents say it's good. And I'm like, what parents are really? But then you got people in the South. So I'm just like, it's just like completely fucked up when you
They be like, my granddad was 24 and my grandma was 15 when they got together, and they were married for 50 years.
And that's what some of the
your granddad was a fucking child molester.
No, and that's exactly some of the shit that I was reading where they're like, why it's okay. One of the I don't know, I forgot which politician it was or whatever, but the motherfucker was like, yeah, when my grandma and shit did it, she turned out okay. No, the fuck she didn't. Like, no, the fuck she didn't. She did not turn out okay. What the fuck?
What's your favorite shit? My mother's my sister.
That was that shit. Like that's what they were saying on Grand. My mother's my sister.
Exactly. So it's.
But imagine how it is in other countries where they don't have.
And that's what I was. And like this is where I had to like take. Like this, that was the American in me being disgusted. Like, oh fuck, this is fucking disgusting.
I don't know, man. I feel like that's a good person in you. Okay,
and then
that's a good person in you being fucking disgusting because.
And then I thought about that way because at least we have a law or some shit like that in other countries.
Trafficking is $1 billion industry all across the world for a reason.
I fucking see. It's fucking
Dudes are
damn.
not just buying them just for ass. They buying them, and some of them mailed order brides. Some of these different culture women riding around with some rich white man in his whatever foreign vehicle. She underage and was mailed over here at a certain point in time.
And that shit is wild as fuck. I had this conversation with a coworker of mine based on like the legal ages and all that shit. And it just gets worse when the more you look into this shit, it just gets like there's no fucking silver lining in any of this shit. You can't just be like, oh, well, she's a good family. No,
I know like this might be anti-mental health and all whatever type of whatever. I just feel like you find them niggas a bit awful. We should give you money for it. Like
that would be fun. See now
like,
that
you shouldn't even not even take him to trial for what? For what? Who did he get? This nigga who's got a track of 10 kids. No,
he got a 9-year-old daughter and he got 3 of them.
Yeah,
I mean, a 9-year-old, a 9-year-old wife. What the fuck is a 9-year-old wife?
Come on, bro. It's a nigga who's a nigga who out right now. His latest hit is Hibba Dribba Dibba Fibba Shibba. That's his latest song, and he's a millionaire. We can pay this nigga who just popped the fucking pedophile dude. We can get him like 500,000.
Just make it. We already got bounty hunters out here, so like, well, I don't know any.
Like the ones from the Nickersons or like the ones like
Dog.
Dog.
About the ones that watch.
No. I say like, there's only one way to say bounty hunters. It's like
you mean bounty hunters or bunny hunters?
It's the bounty hunters. Like,
it's pronounced the same shit. We just say it.
I mean, like, are you talking about bounty hunters or are you talking about bounty hunters?
I'm talking about the bounty hunters like Dog, not like the bounty hunters like my nigga from over there.
Okay,
like Dog. But yeah, I'm saying like
I'm pretty sure them niggas, some niggas over there.
At work, they'll take it.
I'm saying it should be a list of like, okay, these niggas want to get married. They want to marry little kids. All right, we're gonna make that public knowledge. Boom, hit on him.
Get them niggas.
Get like
they would do their damnedest to hide themselves from being on that list, because it already goes on, and a lot of dudes is hiding that shit.
You can't vilify that because half of them is your local representative. So.
Most definitely.
I mean, we can knock a politician off for 2. They're like roaches.
You also got to take into account like people that are living in dire constraints in other countries that are willing to do that to give myself a chance. It's probably some 14, 15-year-old girl that's staying in some third world impoverished country, and said rich white man comes to visit and is just picking little kids like wildflowers. And she's like, you know what? I'm soliciting to him because I want him to take me away from this.
I mean, I get it, but like I said, there's still no positive spin on this shit. It's
Oh,
like,
I'm not saying it's positive. I'm
I
just
know.
saying like we look at it from like a predatory standpoint, but some of them in other countries like that's the best option I got. Kind of like today with the Afghanistan shit, like people climbing on the plane and like
That
falling
shit
from
blew
a,
my fucking
falling out of
mind.
the sky off of a plane is a better option than staying here in this country. There's people out there that are going through that to where I can be 14 and I will gladly go home and be this 40-something-year-old man's plaything for the sake of not having to be here and wash out of a bucket every day.
I get that, but and then like I said, I was just reading through a lot of that shit, and I started like doing a little research into this shit, and I'm like, the more I read, the more it's just like, God damn, America,
What the fuck is going on in this world?
Like, what the
Nasty motherfuckers.
Like, God,
America
damn.
don't know how to mind their motherfucking business.
Nah,
That's the problem.
America need to stop fucking little girls. Come on, America.
America was created by savages who didn't want to follow the rules. Remember?
Yeah.
White people.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about us. We had structure. We had all kinds of structure.
Hey, nah, America really is like the definition of what we were saying. Like, if the shoe fits, wear it. Like, I can't say what's evil, but if you can ask what are the evil acts of the world and what are history's evil acts, and then just say, hey, who did this? You're gonna see America and its parents.
You're gonna see
You're gonna see
a consistent coloring.
Damn, he did it before me. I was just finna fucking invade them, and you know,
the moment I got to thinking about that shit, they already did it.
Who they learned it from?
That's a good question. Who
The
they
English
learned
and the
from?
Spaniards.
Yeah, that's why I say America and their parents.
Them is the fuckity fuck ups of the world. America too young to fucked up the way they did. Them niggas.
America fuck up the new world, nigga. Them niggas fucked up the old world.
And it's fucked up. America really are like the school shooter kids that we complain about. That's America.
No, I mean, but when motherfuckers like,
Well, hold on, break that statement down because I think I know where you're going, but break that down.
America's a school shooter. Like, what the school shooter? Like, the United States of America, basically throughout the world, walks in. And if you didn't agree with them, or you bullied them, or you had something wrong to say, or you weren't friends with them, they over there shooting shit over. Like, they just killing shit for no reason, indiscriminately.
with those fucking resources.
Yeah, it's just like,
Mom didn't give me resources.
Exactly. Like,
yeah, why are you even doing all of this shit? You got all of this shit.
So
you are privileged and shit. That's very true. That's a good analogy.
You think about how this motherfuckers talk about just how the regular household trauma. If your grandfather or whatever did some terrible shit that affects your father, which affects you, like biologically, and psychologically, all types.
Is there truth to that?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna go into that later. Hold that thought.
Like it'll really fuck with you. You be sitting there looking at like, and motherfuckers be like, never forget 9/11, but get over slavery. And it's like, nigga, can we just put into words like?
I just realized today 9/11 was 20 years ago. I'm like, fuck.
Bro, I'm not even trying to get like hella dark, but like it is like cartoonish levels of violence that fucking white people was doing. Like,
that's
they
ridiculous.
whipped us. I'm like, bitch, they took babies and said, "It's a crocodile in this view." Nigga, what? Like, they was just like, it was
castrate, tar, feather,
Dog,
and then
they,
set
like,
you on fire
boiled
while
that turner
hanging.
down. So, like,
drag the nigga for 20 miles more, and then there wasn't nothing left on the rope.
Like, so, dog, when a motherfucker be like, I can't believe you don't fuck with you. Y'all ate us, my nigga. Like, literally was just good nigger leg. Like,
we were the barbecue.
Good. I'm 100% good, champ. Like, this is weird.
And this shit, like, that kills me every time, because I think we had this conversation recently when I think about like all like the craziest atrocities of slavery, and then I asked this nigga Shorts, I'm like, if they just magically passed some law where they was like, every black person in America, y'all could get slaves, like y'all could have like 4 white slaves, like you get one slave family, would you get slaves? Would you keep them?
I'm not really into the slave thing, but
I mean, you could be nice to him. You could be like Thomas Jefferson.
That's my thing. Like the payoff.
I still have to trust you
the
in close
payoff-
proximity.
Yeah, the payoff for that, like the retribution.
Nah, you just
for that
keep them
is
in a
that-
little shack in the back. Make sure they don't know how to read.
But no, that to me still is not the same. Like the retribution that you think we want from that, like we gonna do to them what they did to us. I literally don't think niggas understand.
Yeah, like that.
Y'all are not gonna do that.
Comedically, it would be fucking him. Yeah, comedically it would be hilarious.
You gonna walk back
Not
there and
even
just be like,
comedically.
But I don't
That's-
even have like I don't have it in me to just like I could never enslave anybody and just go back there and just be whipping the shit out of somebody in the backyard. Like,
get lost. Like, hang on, Heather, did you touch my J's? I was just moving them around. Put your hand down here. Heather, did you touch my J's? And then a nigga, you walk in there and see that like your fucking brother cut. What the fuck is you doing? Like, the bitch touched the ones, nigga. Like slavery. Like what? That's her hand. Like that's the level of motherfuckers.
and then you turn to your brother and be like, you don't tell me what to do with my motherfucking property, Willis.
Yo, that niggas would be slave owners for a week. Like it'd be like, this is
Niggas ain't got it in them.
Now you gotta.
We're not that cruel. Like we don't
Right,
as a people, we don't have that in us.
It's just. I would say it's just like mentally.
Nah, it's
you
some
gotta be-
niggas
you
that
gotta
don't.
be- Nah, you gotta be mentally.
I mean, our rebels were like,
You gotta be a little bit mentally challenged to actually commit some of that shit that they were doing. Like a normal person is not gonna sit here and just chop a nigga finger off and then smoke the bitch afterward. Like
when niggas think like there's movies.
They was smoking fingers in slavery.
I'm pretty sure they was.
doing-
I don't know.
They was doing all-
teeth for dentures.
Yeah, and then told us fucking George Washington had wooden
That
teeth.
nigga had
Do you know how
slave
angry
teeth.
I was when I found out that nigga had fucking slave teeth?
Like it.
Oh,
Can only,
man.
like that level of violence needs a reason. That's why I'd be like, it's like a mass psychosis for them sometimes.
Like you got it, something has to be
What was that
wrong.
What was that fucking movie with Jamie Foxx and he was a lawyer and shit? Like when that nigga was like,
Oh,
Law
Law
Abiding-
Abiding Citizen.
Yeah,
That is
when
my favorite fucking
Dog,
movie.
When that nigga was like, he chops bro up. It's like I am with you. He killed your daughter. He killed your wife. He's earned you to chop his mother. Like he earned.
But I
that
couldn't
shit.
do. I could put a bullet in him, but I can't. Did the chop it out of
No,
him?
that right there, I could even. I'm not that gross of a nigga, but I could rationalize. You killed my daughter. I'm completely outside of my
Yeah,
rational self.
he gone.
It was slave owners on a Tuesday at fuck the evening.
Just go cut
Nigga,
somebody up and then
Bro,
go have
on a
fucking sweet
Tu-
potato
it's-
pie.
Nigga, it's Tuesday at like 1:25. I'm gonna go ahead and fuck Luann. Like, what the fuck you want, nigga? We was talking about how to get the, how to economically move the plantation forward. This nigga stopped the conversation to go. It's a nice nigga right there, bitch. She's 12. What?
What? That shit
If
is
she don't
not
let me,
funny,
I'ma
but
kill
them fucking
That's
people
fucked.
are
And the worst one
sad.
is like, damn, Jeremy's getting rather
What up,
stocky.
fool?
Like, what the fuck? Why?
And then
Why?
there's
He getting kind of strong.
That nigga said Jeremy getting rather
stocky
stocky.
around
Dog,
here.
And then like,
And
bring
to
his
enforce
mother in
my
here so she
rules,
can
I'm a
watch.
fucking.
Like, what?
I'm gonna rape your mama and I'm gonna rape you. That's how I like. That's the mindset that you have. Like you said, on a regular ass Tuesday.
nigga.
Today we celebrate tacos. Now
Like we
we
Solid.
celebrate tacos on Tuesday. They celebrated buck breaking
Man,
on Tuesday, just cause.
it was seriously like the Tuesday holiday.
No,
I was gonna say like they
I'm
they
just saying
prayed
for-
to
it
the
was
Lord
that
on Sunday.
casual
And,
for them.
and-
You get a
and-
new batch of slaves in. Who's the biggest? Somebody's gonna get fucked today.
come here, boy. I'm gonna
Like,
fuck you.
that's the mindset that you
It was
have.
like, nigga, you was just in a meeting talking about expanding the railroad. How do you get here?
And would walk in and just be like, the
Boy,
dick
you
is
my
like,
slave now. You do whatever the fuck I say. You're my property.
This is.
They be like, you're my property.
Down here in these plantations, we run a dignified setup. You know, we're in the distinct.
We don't do no talking back.
It's like, man, you just pulled out of what the fuck? Excuse me, dignified. It's blood on your hands, Earl. Like, fuck
He-
y'all.
Here's how I can say it's genetic.
They drinking sweet tea.
We think about Nazi Germany. They were doing similar shit.
Nigga, I read the book Iceman Inheritance. Fucked me all the way up. It was mad. Like,
Teach me something I don't know and give me something to read at the same time. Come on with it.
it's a dense read. I don't recommend it because I didn't enjoy the read because it was just fuck. This is boring. But the information, long story short, Iceman Inheritance is like that theory of like, say if you like believe in Pangea, everything broke off. They go over to the Caucasus Mountains and evolve into
Cold killers.
cold killers. But it's really because you're in Africa, literally, even to this day, all the raping and pillaging and plundering of the land, it's plentiful. Like genetically speaking, you're gonna have coarse hair, big wide nose. We got an abundance. Nigga, I need my nose big because I got so much fucking air. Like my air is just pure as shit. You in the mountains, you gotta tighten this bitch up. You got to get all the air you can get. There's no resources. So you genetically start to develop It's one squirrel. I will kill everything in this motherfucker, grandparents included, because I need to eat that squirrel. Meanwhile, we was like, you get a fruit, you get a fruit. I'm gonna ride this motherfucking elephant and chop down these goddamn bananas and just take it to my family and eat for the next. You want some love? What you doing, baby? You got something? Come on and eat. It's white people come from mine, and that shit sticks. And you fuck around and you get you a little bit of infrastructure. You like, I'm gonna go conquer that land across this water that I've never fucking seen, but I feel like it's over there and I want it because it's mine.
That was my random thought, because we were talking about Afghan. The idea of colonization. I guess the random thought that I had was, I don't know if people don't think that colonization is happening in the modern day present time, but it definitely is, and it happens right in front of us more often than we think.
Them niggas choose.
It's called gentrification today in America.
Yeah, I guess that would be considered a local colonization.
Right.
But even on an international level, like, America is still out here
Establishing democracy in other countries.
exactly.
School shooting and shit.
Yeah, they school shooting shit, and it tripped me out because whenever there's like a big media story that comes out of like the middle, not necessarily European nations, but out of like Middle Eastern countries, I always watch them and I think about perspective, because I always wonder. Like, I wish I could watch their news sometimes and just see what they're reporting when a lot of these events are happening.
These white people over here again.
And that's what I think it would be like. American forces coming invading this, because
Draw your guns.
I can't remember what movie it is for life, but it was a movie that I watched one time where they showed the Vietnam War, and they showed it from the American troop side and they showed it from the Vietnamese troop side. And it gave a completely different perspective of the war, because it showed that, yeah, the Vietnam were doing these American soldiers grimy, but they were doing them grimy as fuck because really they were just trying to defend their land. They wanted them to get the fuck out of here. That's all it boiled down to for them. It was nothing else. It wasn't nothing political. It was just like, please get the fuck out of here, and we're gonna kill y'all until y'all leave.
And that's basically what it is. Just think about it. And this is why, like, I empathize with I just empathize, period, with the world. Not saying I don't like America, because to a degree, I like being free. I ain't trying to live in no fucking mud hut. So I'll take Long Beach any day.
That's the most American thing to say.
But and I also think about it, like the people that got considered terrorists,
the Taliban.
I about to say the towel heads. I'm thinking football. So
Hold on, there's a football team called the Towel Heads.
No, but there's terrible.
Terrible towels.
I'm thinking the terrible towels. So I don't want to call them the terrible towels. That's fucked up. the Middle Eastern people.
Oh no, we gonna call this episode the terrible Taliban.
It's like a weird, that stupid expression where you dig yourself to China. Like, it's like a complete just nosedive into terrible, and then just a brilliant statement to bring it right back up top to something poignant.
Niggas is already
the terrible Taliban.
I'm saying the terrible. Yeah.
All right, bring us up.
But then it's like, it's fucked up, because think about it. Like, it's really, honestly, think about it. Like, you got a family, and then you literally have no means to protect your family from these rockets and shit. But now, not only you have to worry about rocket, you have to worry about ground troops and all that shit. You don't speak no English, and all you trying to tell them is chill out. And I got kids in here, and these niggas is busting through your door, and you just like, nigga, I got kids in here, but you. That's how it comes into America. That's all we hear. So then next thing you know, it's like da, 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 da. So after a while, you like, shit, these niggas, like, they not listening, and it's us that ain't, well, it ain't us, but it's the American people,
and that's why I wonder.
So it's like, you put this, it's like us. It's like it's like, niggas is coming through, they announcing it, you got a TV and all that stuff. So you organize a meeting in your neighborhood watch. You like, okay, look, when these niggas come through, you got to protect yourself, huh? Here this chopper go. Here this chopper go. Here this chopper go. So now it's like,
now everybody chop it up,
and it ain't even like it's a militant force, nigga. This is just a neighborhood watch. Like,
yeah, like if you come to my house in good old America, less perspective. If the Taliban invaded America,
terrible towels.
If the terrible towels invaded America, right? And we don't know how they got over here, but somehow they got over here, and they just running up in people's shit, trying to see who and where, making sure we ain't got no soldiers and no police hiding in our house or whatever the fuck they be invading these houses for, looking for insurgents, right?
Gold.
Yeah, like whatever the fuck. And they come up to your shit. We don't speak no Afghani. So they come to our door and all they saying is put your hands up and let us know if you have any kids in the house, right? But we think they on some other shit, so we instantly go like, hey, get the fuck away from my shit and start grabbing the burners, because you know every motherfucking American got a burner, right?
I think it sound like South Park turkeys.
That's exactly where I got it. I think you got that from there with the Simpsons, one of them, but no, and that's where.
But yeah, everybody start grabbing their burners and shit, and now it's a motherfucking shootout when all they was coming over here and trying to do was liberate America, right?
What's even more fun now? I'll be thinking
now it's citizens dying because they was trying to liberate America,
and I'll be thinking about like some wild action movie shit. Sometimes I'm thinking like, damn, imagine if you were a little Afghani boy, and then you know your father and your uncle, they all die and shit trying to protect you, and then you grow up and it's like, I gotta topple the government. Like your whole mindset is like on something.
That's probably what this Taliban is, because
But that's what I'm saying. Like that
That's
like
part of it. You gotta remember, for every country, us included, the information that we get is propaganda. It's not unbiased information. We get somebody else's rendition of the information that they want us to have, and they going through the same thing.
yeah.
They get the information that somebody wants them to have, and they base their opinion off of that, just like we base our opinion off of the information.
But I wish I could understand, just perspective wise, what their opinions, like their true opinions of American interference and Americans like just being in their country, because well, yeah, and that's again perspective.
And hold on, did y'all see the video of the white Muslim, the white lady over there? She had a little shit on, and she's like, "Oh, they're chanting death to America." Bitch, how the fuck do we know you that they chanting death to America? They probably just like, yeah, we finally got these niggas up out of here. And she talking about they chanting death to America. It's a white lady in a
But they talking about
no, in the video you can't understand the fuck.
That's what I'm saying. They saying
yeah, all that shit like repeatedly, and this bitch is just like, I'm telling you, it's a white lady with a Habib. Is that right? Is that
hijab?
Yeah,
a hijab?
hijab.
Habib's a UFC fighter. My bad. So, yeah. So she got
my dumb ass over here talking about
like,
yeah.
You know what he said.
So, yeah, she got the.
That's
I was close, shit. But yeah, she got the hijab on, and then
The hijab.
It's look. I don't even mean disrespectful. I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but it's
Just keep going.
She got the shit on her head. She got the hood. She got the dress on. She got the whole little shit. And then usually you gotta have your face covered. I'm telling shit. The shit is like, I don't know why don't they kill this bitch? I'm not trying to be fucked up. I'm just looking at her like, and this is just me being ignorant because I don't know their culture or I don't know if they accepted or nothing. But I'm just like, I know they be like a bitch. The bitches over there can't even look their niggas in the eye. They gotta look at their feet and shit. They gotta look down. Like it's a whole level. It's tyranny over there. There's levels to this shit.
Hold on, you said why don't they or why ain't they?
Why ain't they? And
okay.
And I'm pretty sure she's American. It's a white bitch. That's how, of course, she American. She white, and then she ain't got her face covered, but she in the shit. Like she in the hood and she in the dress and all that stuff. So I'm like, why ain't they killing this bitch? Like she there and talking about on camera, like, yeah, they talking about death to America,
death to America. If they was talking about death to America, bitch, you an American.
That's what I'm saying. Like you standing right there, you white as fuck, probably blonde, blue eyes, it's like Nazi style, and it's like you there and white, like she white in a motherfucker, like, and then she just there and like, and I'm listening, I'm watching the video, I'm like, she's telling us they're saying death to America, but there's no validity.
They could be saying, "Hey, we like to party. Hey, we like to party."
She don't speak no.
She don't know what the fuck they saying.
What the fuck?
They be like, la, 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 la. That's how they could be sounding.
I cannot hear.
She said that recently.
Yeah,
to me that sounds like bullshit. Because if you outside recently now over there, them motherfuckers are saying come back because you niggas leaving has got us fucked up out here. The ones that are in the city are like, if the ones that were like death to America, they'd have killed her. It's like, you niggas is gone. We ain't got shit to
that's
about.
And
the ones that are saying death to America are the ones that everybody else is running from right now.
But see, this is my question. And what I'm wondering is, there's because what they're saying is like the Taliban just came through and they was just like, you know what? We taking shit back. Like America been here too long. Like we taking our shit back. So they came through and they just start going spot to spot, just taking their shit back. And they got to the Capitol. They was like, man, fuck this. We taking this too. And then America was like, look, it's cool if y'all gonna take everything else back. We've been trying to like work with y'all, whatever. Like, and it's another layer to that too I'm gonna get into. But like, it's everything all good. Just leave our embassy alone. Just please, can we stay at our embassy? Like y'all can have everything else, but just let us stay at our embassy. They said, no, fuck that. Y'all are going home. You ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get the hell up out of here.
And think about just think about that. Like for the past years,
20,
they've been trying to get their shit back. It's like OJ when he tried to get his shit back. Like OJ, he didn't do it, but when he was trying to get his shit back from like stole his shit, he was trying to get like personal pictures and that kind of shit back. When he went to Vegas to go run up on the niggas, he went to jail for stealing his own shit. So how is the Taliban's like? How you killing these niggas for trying to get their
terrible
shit back?
tiles.
Like that's all they doing. It's like, look, we want our shit.
I'm not even worried about them. I was kept thinking about because this shit has been 20 years. Anybody from like 25 down
don't even know why we beefing with them.
What they had, they've known a democratic-ish type Afghanistan. It's girls out there that have been like, oh my God, I'm a free. And it's a nigga like, bitch, if you don't look at my motherfucking shoes,
hey,
like, she has no idea
that in the 90s. Look, that's what I was thinking about. So you know how people always be talking about the comparison from the 90s till now.
Yeah.
All right, so in the 90s is when the Taliban originally came to power out there in like 95, 96, right? So that was when they had, everything Muslim media. Bitches walking around, y'all got to look down when I walk. Like, don't look down when you talk to me. Like, like they pimps or some Afghani pimping. And then after 9/11, America comes. They in place democracy, start having democratic elections. So now they got plastic surgery over there, and they have all of these like Americanized things over there. The Taliban, like you say, it's been 20 years. So there's been people that's been born into this society where they walking around, like Short said, with the face mask off, all of that. Yeah. They looking a man in the eyes and all of this shit.
They talking back.
Like, hey, what do you do? This is terrible.
It's fucked up.
And now the Taliban coming through, like, we cool. Like, we ain't gonna be tripping like we was tripping. But it ain't none of that shit going on, though.
It's like, look, bitch. Bitch.
I'm all for religious.
We ain't gonna gorilla pimp, but we still pimping.
I'm just saying, like, I'm all for,
they just want their bitches obedient.
But here's my thing, man. Like, you pull up and you've been up in you've been in a mountaintop.
She been talking back for 20 years. There ain't no way he gonna get her to shut up.
Trying to dodge Tony Stark for like 20 years. Like, you don't know what electricity is like. You know what I'm saying? You niggas been having fire and AK-47, some 1920. And like, you pulled back up to 2021 Kabul. It's popping. They got electricity and shit.
They got clubs and shit now.
Driving
they got Instagram.
And Shawty walk up like thick, like just Afghani, and you gonna sit there and tell her to put the dress back on? Like you like, hey man, time out.
Hey, and have you seen how cute some of the Middle Eastern girls be?
Them bitches be bad.
They be bad than a motherfucker. Really pretty ass eyes and shit.
They stink though. Be like, nigga,
they stink a little bit.
Like I couldn't do it. I could never be. I'd be like, time out, nigga. We gonna really make them put it back? Is that really what God meant for us? Like, time out. Relax. Let's talk about it. I don't know about you, but like I've been like I was right next to you.
She got that Dr. Miami booty, and you want her to put it up now?
Fucking,
that Dr. Kabul booty.
Yeah, man.
She got that good Dr. Kabul booty.
You find a bitch that shave out there, and you don't want her to shave no more.
Shit. Like, what are we gonna do to build our economy? Nigga, call Mona. Niggas will watch Love and Hip Hop Afghan. Like,
hey, everything. I really watch that shit. The niggas be out there with pet cheetahs and shit.
Bollywood.
But at home, like it's fucked up now. What is fucked up? Like, once upon a time, they had their bitches obedient. America came in and fucked.
All right, you crushed your 5 bitch maximum.
They came and fucked that all up from. Like, I'll be hot if I was over there. I'm like, man, I had my bitch on point. Like you came over here and it fucked up my whole shit. Like, bro,
Hey,
what
that's
is you
why they
doing?
said you niggas gotta go.
Like, what is
That
you
was the
doing?
final straw.
Like, nigga,
That was the final straw once they start having
This
nail
bitch-
shops and plastic surgery.
she cooking, she cleaning, she over here
Them
doing.
Afghani girls started talking about you need to cash out me $600 for my nails.
Like you came over here with the what was that shit called?
It came up asking me, talking about, I'm thinking about going back to school. For what?
For what, bitch? You came over here with the
fuck
seven.
out of here.
Bitch,
She
you
tried to
came
better
over.
herself and shit.
The
What
worst,
you think this is?
the worst thing they probably ever did was come over there with that 17th Amendment. Like, bitch, what is you? Is it the 17th Amendment?
I don't know. Whichever one gave women voting rights, so I fuck with that one.
Yeah, that's the one they came over there and implemented over there. Had them niggas hot over there. Like, we about to kill these niggas. Got this bitch talking back to me. Now she's asking me about how much.
Oh yeah, because that means our amendments is their amendments now, huh? When we give them our government,
Our shit ain't shit over there now. So
it ain't.
They follow
That shit don't mean nothing now.
They follow that Quran.
Hey,
or
but-
that Torah, whatever they follow.
But so what I was thinking about too, again, going back to just the whole perspective of the situation, is that so they kick them niggas out the embassy. All you niggas gotta go home, right? Get the fuck up out of here, America. I wonder how many people, like total population wise, I wonder how many people got a problem with it, because I don't know. Our news is showing what our news is showing, but that might have just been the American pacifists. Like, if you really think about it, like that's not their whole fucking country. I'm pretty sure the majority of their country wanted America to get the fuck up out of there.
I think it's way more. I think there's a lot of like, we don't want these niggas, but we definitely don't want y'all either. Like y'all are.
I think.
Yeah, and
I kind of think what I kind of think about the situation is they probably wanted all the benefits, like, because there is a lot of benefits to modernizing a country, like,
Yeah.
for the most part, running clean running fucking water, power heaters, and
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
water
They wanted
heaters
the
and
purse, but not the
electricity.
problems.
No, but all that shit is like eventually the world does have to catch up. But
Is that
like I said, it's the way they did it. It's just like, okay, look, we about to beat you niggas in the head so we can fix your shit. Look, why can't you just fix this shit without beating me in the head?
now? That was my question. Is that internationally, I would guess, is that the price that these countries have to pay in order to modernize themselves? Do you have to allow yourself to be colonized in order to progress into modern times?
No,
My answer is no, but I want to know what y'all think.
the answer is no. But if we do help y'all out, we are gonna have to leave.
You owe me a little bit.
No, we just gonna leave this military base here. Don't worry about that. Just let us leave our shit.
That's what we do to like occupy a place.
But that's how you colonize a place.
I know, but it's how you word it. It's how you say it. Like, look, we gonna fix all this shit up. And in
So-
return, like, don't even worry about it. Like, we just gonna keep our military business on our missiles here, a few little jets, a few rockets, some choppers, a few tanks. But don't worry about that though. That's just for other people to come. We're gonna protect you from other people stealing your shit that we give you.
Yeah, that's why I say, like, America, and I think I've said this on the show a multitude of times. America acts like they're the world police. Like, I don't know how the fuck the rest of the countries in the United Nations carry themselves, but America is definitely the world's police.
Nobody likes us in other countries. It's like you're people like
They entertained by us, but they don't really fuck
yeah,
with us
when you
like
go to other
that.
countries and shit, like, and people like talk about, like,
You American.
yeah, like you
Not
you
like,
gotta
no.
really be like, I'm not that type. I'm like, I'm.
Yeah, I think
American,
our
but I'm
closest
not-
neighbors don't even
I'm
like
that.
us.
Yeah,
And it's fucked up for black people. I say
Canadians think we vicious and Mexicans don't respect
what I'm
us.
saying, like, for black people, I think we kind of we have we have it a little bit good, just because when we go, I said a little bit, when we go other countries, guys, look, we can't point to, like, look, nigga, we went through 400 years of slavery.
I be thinking other countries
Like-
think we pussy. Like, why don't y'all burn them motherfucking down?
Like,
Hey, I think that's I think that too. Like, because if you look at it from an outside perspective, like, even when we look back on slavery, just modernly, right? What do every nigga always say? What's the two things every nigga always say? If I was a slave, I would have been running away, or if I was a slave, I would have killed the whole motherfucking house. And for some niggas, that I think that holds very, very true. But for the majority of niggas, that would have been the majority of them niggas. Not all of y'all would have been that in Harry.
I should let everybody be like, yeah, I would have jumped on. Look, what did fucking Killmonger say? Like, mama, I'm gonna jump in the river with my ancestors. No, you wouldn't. No, you would have been on that. You would have been paddling this bitch
Put
too.
me in the ocean with my ancestors.
Yeah, no, nigga, no. Like you would have been paddling.
Somebody made it here, fella.
Like, you would have been paddling that bitch with just like the rest of us. And
I hate that fucking
for
line.
that, and
I hate that fucking line.
That's the corniest shit. Like they should have wrote that out the movie.
And I'm like, I got it. We know you. Like, shut up.
you know, only like
And he's a horrible actor. But continue.
only 4 niggas jumped off the boat.
You know.
Now he just hating.
He dick riding him because he want to be his lookalike.
Not really. He get the fuck out of there. He just
Horrible is harsh, but you're not off on you're in a thing. You're in a bag.
He's a very bad actor. But continue.
I'm not. All right. Well,
Very bad is not as bad as horrible.
you make it good.
it depends on the. And I don't want to get
We're not
far.
gonna get sidetracked
I
on
don't
that,
wanna get
nigga.
too far.
Continue.
Yeah. Anyway, and I'm just thinking like, just from being a citizen from a different country, and when you look at Americans and they come traveling and all this shit, like I said, it's like, I understand that you hate America, but nigga, I went through some shit here. Like, you telling me I'm supposed to fight, nigga? You fought. Look what happened.
I think about
So
that.
it's like, nigga, you 20 years and you finally got to an NBC. I want to hear shit from you.
I think about that. Them looking at
Yeah, y'all had 20 years.
They look at us the way like we look at them. You don't get all the pieces because I think that's what Americans like good at. Like we're good at like
Selling the
somebody
story.
and hustling somebody resources. Like y'all had 20 years. That's because all those 20 years. If I'd have let you get on your feet, you might have whooped my ass. But every time you kind of now look here, I'm gonna hit you one more time. You're not getting off the ground. That's what.
But see,
Americans good at.
they played it smart though. They was back there getting their shit together and getting their people just allowing certain things to happen.
I don't even think, and to be completely blunt, I don't even think them niggas won they shit back. America is just like, look.
But nah, what it is,
yeah, home shit,
and this is the part people leaving out. Do y'all remember last year when
back.
Donald Trump had a meeting with the Taliban?
We'll be back.
This is what that meeting was about.
Mhm.
Like he literally signed a treaty with the Taliban saying we will pull out of out of Afghanistan within. I didn't do it.
Trump Tower over here. Yeah, we pull out next year.
You know who really probably is fucked up?
He said we'll pull out, and this is how Cody is. We'll pull out within 14 months. Knowing goddamn well he wasn't gonna be in office. Well, he might have thought he was gonna be in office in 14 months, but
I just think bro was good at lying. Like he just.
I think he knew he wasn't gonna be in
I don't even
office in
think good at
14
lying.
months.
He just was like, I'm making a thing off telling just whatever I think. Say it. What the fuck they gonna do? And clearly we didn't do a fucking thing.
And I feel like with him, because he did the same shit with Jim Jong Young, like nigga with Jimmy Jong, like the nigga went over,
the nigga from North Korea.
You ordering sandwiches?
yeah, the nigga went over there with Jimmy Jong.
That
Like,
nigga,
Jimmy Dean.
that nigga said he was over there talking to
Jim Jong Jong.
This
This nigga said Jim Jong Jong.
the nigga went over there and did the same shit with Jim Jong. Like nigga, just, like, that's nigga. Before he went into his like little mysterious coma, like he probably got hit with some. It's like you remember how nobody seen his ass for a minute. And his sister or the other little bitch came, mean.
Trump was in the studio with Jimmy Jam.
Like basically did the same shit with like this nigga Trump had like he had secret meetings. Well, I ain't gonna say secret, but he had meetings with all the niggas we don't fuck with.
Yeah.
Like Russia. Putin.
That nigga was a fucking enemy lover.
I mean, I get it, but
Putin got something on that nigga. I think Putin.
well, not that.
It's my country now. Oh, all right, relax.
He probably passed him a couple of little young bitches. This is my finest 15-year-old. This is my finest gymnast.
And I feel like the scariest thing, like to me, just is all of the motherfuckers who are coming back, but they've been doing the Afghanistan thing. Whether you did a couple tours or you really was locked in, them niggas who are like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm finna do.
No,
like maybe you get cool and they send you back on another tour somewhere, but if you have to come home,
I don't even know what OnlyFans is.
Like, yeah, like there's I saw like a post from like CNN.
Hold on, you talking about the military niggas?
Yeah,
them niggas definitely know what OnlyFans is.
A lot of them have them.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, like them niggas,
shit like that though.
There's like I feel like there's some that are just like, yeah, I'm glad to come home. Some are really modernized. Some niggas over there with jobs, never whatever. But there's
being a soldier is
my
life.
Yeah, there's
like they been in the military since 2001.
They believed in the mission, and they're like, what the fuck are we doing now?
Why we
need to
back?
Go back to Montana.
I seen it
Shit,
with
dude,
my
like,
own
turn into
eyes.
Rambo? Like, I'm not fucking.
I mean,
never
I'm
do
pretty
what?
sure they still had like they came home and had like off tours and shit like that.
Nah, there's some niggas who will eat, live, and die, breathe America. Like this is America, goddamn it!
Yeah,
I'm here.
I'm not even meaning like just the violence of it. I mean, like,
That's why I
they
say-
literally believed in like we're here to either liberate this country or we're here to keep our foot on their necks. And now that they're not, they're like, what the
How
fuck?
do you and how the fuck do you liberate an entire goddamn country? Like that
Easy.
whole fucking idea and concept. That's
Easy.
why I say black people, I don't think we have it in
We
us.
think we
two
liberated
decades,
America.
bro. Niggas have lost like, it's like,
Like,
niggas,
do you-
I done lost 15, 20 niggas to this shit.
Like I couldn't even go rob a nigga chain. How could I go rob a whole fucking country?
Easy.
I don't know, man. If
Did it all
somebody
the time.
backing me with $51 trillion a year,
That's what I'm
probably
saying.
go rob
Easy.
some shit.
Look,
I mean, yeah, I mean, I definitely could,
Niggas
but
went- niggas went
I mean,
over it,
would
niggas-
you have it in you? If somebody, well, yeah, if somebody gave you $51 trillion and told you go take this country, you would do it.
niggas went over there and low dog.
Did you realize what you said in front of that? That nigga didn't say million, he said trillion, and not even 1 trillion. 1 trillion would
You would.
completely.
All right, would you go?
readjust
Would you turn into a? What's the least amount of money you would turn into a colonizer
my
for?
nigga,
Keep
you
it
said
1,000.
51 trillion.
Yeah, that's way too
I'm
much
going
money.
to invade Norway tomorrow.
You might suck a dick for that much money, shit,
51
and kill
trillion
off
dollars.
whoever know.
$51 trillion. Like,
Yeah, for $51 trillion, you would probably suck 2 dicks.
Yeah, look.
Look, he thinking about it. For $51 trillion, you could suck 2 dicks and kill everybody that ever
I ain't gonna
had the
like,
thought that they knew.
$51 trillion.
$1 trillion.
It doesn't even make sense. It's cartoonish. level.
Like you can low dog. You go there and just low dog that shit. Nigga, this, do we have a problem? Niggas be like,
Yeah, like no, like $51 trillion. I'm definitely like doing some unnecessary.
You could blink at a nigga and kill him for $51 trillion.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like I know it's geek shit in here a little bit. $51 trillion. I'm not in Bezos' room. I'm in the room where it's like, it's like boop, and then you go to like a middle school in the middle of fucking like.
You control time with that much
No,
money.
yeah, you
Shit.
$51 trillion. You go to a middle school in the middle of Iowa, and then like you press a button, you like press a panel on a desk, and you end up in some underground shit, and it's a white room, and shit just like you're $51 trillion. You start doing that shit,
yeah.
and it's like
Carnegie Rothschild status.
With
Yeah,
$51
yo,
trillion, you can change the time on the world clock.
bro, $51 trillion is like I just start going back in time.
I'm about to say,
And
I'm
just
gonna-
coming back to fuck with you niggas, like y'all be like, "What's good?" And it's like y'all niggas don't even know what I adjusted. Like you,
So yeah, that's way too much money.
yeah.
What is the least amount of money that you could turn into a colonizer for? Like for $1 million, would you go colonize a country?
I mean, niggas in the army do that shit for less than.
That's what I'm saying. That was the exact reason that I
Like
asked.
$1 million is like.
Like, niggas don't even get paid that much in the
I
army
feel,
now.
like, I feel like this is why you got to catch motherfuckers like at 17 and you don't know
Man.
where you're going in life. Do something for your country.
Yeah, because they don't even
yeah.
realize they're going and
Yeah.
becoming like colonizers.
Yeah.
Like you are literally the
Pawns on the chess.
pawns for this colonization.
Because people got to think
You
like
may
this.
you're
Think
you're
about-
what make it possible.
You're growing up at 18. You think about how stupid you are at 18, and you spend all of your formative years in this machine that tells you to fucking take whatever this motherfucking regular human being who takes some shit from do what they say without question.
I mean, but then again, like I said, the people who join the military, like they're not even doing it for financial gains for the most part. It's like, well, you get free education, free room and board.
I almost
Yeah,
believe
okay.
that shit. I was gonna
Yo,
join the
yo,
Navy.
yo,
They probably
Those
would have
people
kicked
are
me the
doing
fuck
it
out.
of Survival.
I'm saying,
I
like-
don't have no other way out of where I live, and I hate it here.
Maybe a
so
challenge.
military.
Yeah, it's like since it's like who am I gonna fight? Am I gonna fight these niggas in the hood or am I gonna fight these niggas in their hood? You gonna fight somebody in somebody hood.
And that's
So
why I
you
say
like,
that shit is gang banging. Like that shit is really gang banging.
gang banging, colonizing.
Gang banging and colonizing. That's
and
the
it's-
name of
and
this
it's-
episode. We're gonna keep it simple.
And it's fucked up just because, like I said, and it's nothing against people who join the military. Like you go ahead, but like don't sit here and think you're doing the world a big favor.
I
and
don't
shit.
Yeah, you're not like I feel like it's a very personal choice and a very I'm not gonna say a selfish choice, but I mean selfish in the literal definition of the word.
So I'm
Like
gonna
it's
keep it-
for you.
So I'm gonna keep
So
it.
don't make it. People gonna say what they say. don't make it seem like you doing me a favor because you chose to go fight in this war, because you're not giving me any extra freedom, because you fought for America, but you didn't fight for Juju, because please believe nobody was coming over here to fuck with Juju. Nobody's coming over here trying to take my freedom.
You fought for America, but you didn't even understand the history of America.
Yeah, because the only people trying to take my freedom from me are the people in America.
And it's fucked up because if I'm in, this is prime reason why I couldn't do the military. Why do I need to go over there and fight these niggas? Why can't y'all just drop a bomb and let's just wrap this shit up so I can go home?
I thought
because it's rules to war. It's rules to how you're supposed to colonize people, because you got to make it look good. You got to make it look good.
Fuck that.
You got to make it look good. So it's rules to how you colonize people, because you
have to make it look good because we're working together, and we don't want everybody to know that we're working together, because we're both making money.
And because you got to think about it like this.
Trying to start World War III.
They've been doing this shit a long time, right? You need to take the path of least resistance, and sometimes the path of least resistance is still a long walk.
You know what my nigga Bender say? Nigga, we got I got the damn it's in my phone.
Look, but yeah, sometimes the path of least resistance is still a long walk, right? And the reason that they go over there and do things the way that they do now is because you have to instill some type of loyalty in the people, and you got to make sure you make yourself look like the good guy, because that makes it easier in the long run. It's just like
I left. My bad.
This nigga, man.
My bad.
It's just get back on. It's just like back in the fucking day when they made us slaves. And then they kept us ignorant and did all of that shit. And
I left. My bad. I was trying
to. They did all of that shit and kept us ignorant, just so that we could be dependent on them. And they do different versions of that when they go into these countries.
What I was gonna say, that nigga Bender said we gotta show them our peaceful ways by force.
That's what America does.
Peacemaker.
And you can learn a lot from Futurama. But yeah, that's the fuck out. Like that's why I never I couldn't be in a situation. Like I couldn't be in a position of power within an army or in whoever makes the decision. Cause that's my first nigga. That's my end all and be all. Them niggas tripping, drop a bomb. Them niggas ain't listening, drop a bomb. We want that land over there, drop a bomb. Fuck it, why even nigga? I'm not about to deploy.
But the reason why it won't work, it's a strategy to everything, because in order to take over,
if them niggas got a problem, guess what I'm doing? Let's take it wild guess. Oh, y'all ain't like that?
But see,
bomb.
Half of our shit doesn't even be that them niggas have a problem, or we just up there I can't have them niggas be able to ever challenge me on
exactly.
Shit.
I'm knocking every
problem. I just y'all want real independence and shit.
But you gotta stick, you gotta stick something over there in order to make sure you keep the order. Because even if you go drop a bomb, all that's gonna they drop bombs, please believe. But all that's gonna do is piss everybody off. And then if you don't have nobody over there to keep shit straight, once you piss everybody off and knock down any motherfucking chance of them doing anything about you dropping this bomb.
Have you not took a history class?
Yeah.
Because this is what we do. Look, I'm going to drop bombs and we split this 50-50. Well,
I respect Shorts is that Shorts is not going to do what America does and pretends to be a good guy. I'm going to take the Kim.
He Nazi Germany.
Yeah,
but
I'm here for mine.
We making backwater. We making backroom deals like we always been. Look, Britain.
His version.
This nigga is Nazi Germany.
Way less confusing.
I'm cutting all the fat. I'm
Canada. He Nazi Germany.
All I'm saying is, look, if y'all want a piece of this land,
I'm definitely still North American.
But if you Canada, the only real
Canada get cracking. Y'all just leave Canada the fuck alone. Keep me out of the bullshit. I'm not trying to even get involved in what y'all got in. If I gotta jump in, look, if the homies get into a squabble, and I gotta jump in, then I jump in. But try to keep me out that shit.
We not squabbling. That's what you fail to understand. We ain't not squabbling.
This nigga Nazi German, he Russia.
I'm going to the world.
This nigga Shorts is Vladimir Putin. Who is the president of Canada?
I'm going to the UN.
What the fuck is Canada?
They have prime ministers.
Yeah, they got prime minister. I'm going to the UN, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all niggas. We don't really fuck with them, and they got some shit we want. Now, if y'all want in on this, let me know.
I'm gonna be like, look, leave me out of that, my nigga.
Button, bomb, boom, done with it. Don't say nothing to me. I got bombs over here. We ain't got.
My thing with
Yeah, because I ain't even gonna be like, nigga, I'll tell you on the
Don't
side,
even
like,
s-
nigga, you tripping, but I ain't gonna sit up in the UN meeting and tell you in front of everybody, like, nigga, Canada don't never trip on nobody in the UN meeting.
Canada, like, their history
They
like
don't
that,
trip.
but I feel like Canada is like naval laser, and we're like Kachan. Like it's
They got occupied by France.
They
Yeah,
don't
like,
trip on anybody.
nobody's checking for naval.
Yeah, because
laser.
They got occupied by France.
No,
They
France
colonized Canada.
Canada is a graveyard. Like don't like that's where you go to bury your secrets at. Like Canada's a graveyard. Like you go there and you send people there and they don't come back.
There's some shit going on down there. We just don't hear about.
That's what I'm saying. Like Canada is one of them places where, cause it's too motherfucking nice.
We keep our shit to ourselves.
And they know y'all niggas is just like y'all. I'm pretty sure y'all got paid from countries to like just make this mass amount of people just disappear. Like
Yeah, this nigga's getting
like Canada. You go to Canada.
throw him in a box.
It's like it's like boxing. It's like boxing say. Like,
yeah, that's nasty.
it's like boxing say. Like,
Canada is boxing say.
Canada is boxing say. Oh
Fuck,
god.
there's 50,000 titles in this bitch, but I like fuck. Who makes some of you creative niggas after listening write some shit?
Like
That's a skit, nigga.
That's-
Like, and they got to do the Canadian voices.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
Oh
there's
yeah.
no, there's no problem, man.
You looking for your bison?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no problem. Man. It's like, yeah, what's a fucking lake up
Yeah,
there? We're in Toluca Lake, man. Yeah, just like have fun. You're on a full.
You the avatar, eh?
Yeah,
Nice guy. He's your friends, eh?
a lot of flannels.
There's no war in boxing,
and,
said.
and fucking Ryan Reynolds is there.
Oh man.
Oh gosh, exactly what it is. I'm telling you, nigga. You go, that prime minister is probably not even a prime minister. It's like, he probably got a bear or a mongoose or some shit. Oh God, I'm telling you. That's exactly what that
Hey, you gotta be a nerd to get this, but if you don't get it, you won't get it. And I don't even give a
Just
fuck.
think- just
This
think
is
about
fucking
it.
hilarious.
Oh God. Exactly.
Oh man.
I'm telling you, look now, if I come up missing, you know why? I don't
Stop playing with Canada, nigga.
I'm telling
Stop
you,
playing
nigga.
with Canada in Canada's name.
I'll be the
Mounties is fucking.
Oh man. Y'all got any final thoughts, man?
Oh
With the-
shit!
I'm
Niggas
telling
is
you.
nasty as fuck.
Nigga, we undercover some shit.
Oh,
If y'all niggas don't see us in the next episode, in the next couple of weeks,
nigga,
I'm gonna be here.
The
Shit.
Can-
wrap gloves at me and shit.
the Canadian niggas got us.
Y'all got any final thoughts, man?
Watch out for the
Fucked up,
Canadians.
man. I'm scared of Canada now. Nigga, shit.
Look, Canada, I'm
Team
sorry.
America.
Let
Fuck yeah.
look, let me go ahead and say this now at the end of the episode. To the Afghanistans and everybody in the Middle East, I apologize. All the people who are offended with the terrible towel, all the people with the hajibs and the habibs, all y'all niggas, I'm sorry. I did not mean that. To the Canadians, to boxing saying Canada, I'm sorry. Look, I like your flag. I know I like your hockey. I
I
apologize.
like y'all syrup.
Who else
I
did-
definitely like y'all
Who
syrup.
else did we offend today? Who else did we offend?
Anybody that likes fucking marrying children.
No.
I mean, I'm just saying they were offended. They can suck a dick, but
I'm talking about the country.
hey,
like,
you never answered the question.
What was the question?
Nigga, for $52 trillion, would you suck a dick?
52 trillion?
Yeah. You gotta keep it 1,000.
Yeah, man, 52 trillion, bro. Like, I'll just, time travel back and undo it. But
Yeah, okay, touche.
$52 trillion, like,
But you wouldn't keep slaves though. Nah. You wouldn't like get them and just trade them like Pokemon cards.
52 trillion, man. I want to like be able to like, maneuver time and space. I need to fucking, I want some fucking powers. Where they do the crazy shit. I just want to go in that room and be able to be like, okay, I know it's here. I'll come back like in a week to see what I want to do. But first day, 52 trillion. Where's the weird shit? I just need to know it's there. Then I'll just figure out what I'm gonna do with 52 trillion.
All right. But if they let us, you wouldn't keep slaves though.
No, I'm not keeping slaves. Honestly,
You wouldn't get them and trade them like Pokemon cards or
52
like
trillion, you're going to
Nah,
own
not-
a lot
not-
of land and even stuff in the space-time continuum. You're gonna have slaves whether you know it or not.
Oh
no, not would you have slaves with 52 trillion. You probably just have slaves on accident by default. But I'm just saying, like, if they just made some random law and just said niggas can get slaves now,
Slaves, like, nah, I probably would just like,
reparation slaves.
yeah, I would like I would give them what they want. Like everybody I might like segregate countries, like, and just start booping like white people over here.
That's what I said I would do. I was like, I would.
I mean, I'll do some Hunger. I ain't gonna lie. I'll do some Hunger Games
No,
shit.
I'm not. I'm not. I just. I would.
No, I said I would just start trading my white
No, yeah,
people
I
the
would just
shorts.
start
Like, here,
making
you take
areas
this
for
white
us to, like,
person.
get it together, and then any nigga who was like, first of all, I love my white, go over there. And I would just start separating all the goofies and just let them eat each other's.
No, I swear to God.
So you were saying
I wouldn't have.
So
like
you say you would send the whites back to the Caucasus Mountains?
I would just. I don't. I mean, I would pick whichever landmass that I felt like we would do good on, and the good, amazing people over here, and then all you motherfuckers over here, I would just let you
but how would
Hunger Games it? Like,
what I'm saying, like that. See, you probably.
But there is no winner.
You
Like,
probably
you
send them my. You just probably send them to me. Look. I'm gonna go to each country and pick the best champion, and then do some Hunger Games shit like this.
Yeah, like we could. That would work because look, we could separate them, right?
Give me the quick teleportation.
That's brilliant. We can combine y'all ideas, right? So they let us have white slaves, right? This is my final thought. This is perfect. All right. So if they let us have white slaves, what we could do is we could take your idea. We could separate everything.
Why only white though?
I mean, because they was the only ones that was enslaving us.
Look, I'm doing Olympic style shit. Look, it's gonna be Olympics, but niggas is gonna die. Like you not coming back to the country. You lose, you die. Like, look, all the gold medalists, like that's what I'm keeping. Like
we can separate them into different districts.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just gonna buy the Olympics, and
separate them into different districts, and then we could all watch from a drone.
No, see, that's the level of villain. I don't got none of that like evil speech shit. Gone. Like I'm not. Fuck that. I'm the most non-cool. Like I don't got no Magneto. I don't got no evil speech. So you just gonna dead, gone, exiled, fucking thrown away. You fixing it or not? You gonna fix your shit? I just feel gone. I don't got none of that. That's how niggas get fucked up. Everybody, let's get them the fuck on. I don't got no Hitler big speeches. Everybody go.
I'm gonna let all my niggas stay.
No, I'm Thanos times 12, nigga. Like go.
You kicking niggas out too?
I'm going to whoever's not. I don't have none of that. Like I'm.
That's what I'm saying. Like nigga, I'm just
hold on. You kicking out others and whites, or just like
clearing the board? If you are in the way of the progress of us, and then I'm fucking with
this nigga gonna send me back to motherfucking Africa.
Yeah,
like, well, at least with me, you got a chance. You just got to win your Olympic games.
I'm full Thanos. I'm a man with purpose. I'm not evil. I just am making a hard decision.
I was gonna let them stay and fucking just do hard labor and shit.
What? No, that's how they start revolting. Then I gotta fucking spend more money to get them.
You beat they mototherfucking ass.
Yeah, that's a waste of money. I'm gonna get them out of here.
Look,
the money I spend beating their ass, I could have built like.
Think about it like this: if it wasn't for motherfucking Abraham Lincoln, them ass whippings was working. They still could have just been beating ass for all them years, and niggas would have been listening to them.
It's funny
if it wasn't for motherfucking.
It's funny you think Abraham freed us.
I don't, but I'm just saying in theory.
Abe was the shit.
I gotta say, nigga. The only
option is I definitely don't believe that, but
whatever.
Huh?
For conversation's sake, if it wasn't for Abraham Lincoln,
it's the Rockefeller. Rockefeller's the free.
Look, man.
Abe was an honest hoe.
If y'all want to follow me, y'all can follow me on Instagram at FlyHighJew. You want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter at JUJUTHAG. If you want to follow the show, you can follow the show at Keep It 1000 Pod on Twitter, Keep It 1000 Pod on Instagram. Man, if you want to check out any of my cool ass custom jewelry pieces, or if you're interested in new jewelry creation, follow me at 1000 Pieces Jewelry. And yeah, tell the people who you are so we can get up out of here while I listen to the Blue Bucks Clan.
Y'all niggas kick them down. Count hundreds on the thing made me get around. Y'all niggas know who I am. Look, you see how he cut the music on? He was like, he's like, go ahead and tell them niggas who you is. And then it's
follow him on Twitter, Shorts1000. I'm vibing to my shit.
It's not just here and now.
Every time you see me, I got good shit on side of me.
Every day a good bitch with me. Not
hey, I just told all my old hoes, stop saying hi to me. She like, what is all them buttons you keep pressing in the land? Told her suck it while I drive and don't be messing up my pants. Hey, I can fly, I believe it. I be dressing like I can. I just want to take up your time. Hold up, I'm just trying to get straight to your mind. Big lobsters out the lake, we eat prime. Give them both she and sling, she can't make up her mind. Hope them bitches drown. Niggas kicking up. What? Niggas swimming off the edge. I'm finna kick them down.